Well, I begin every meditation with, usually, with 4 questions, just to give you something to contemplate, to sort of set the tone for the theme of the meditation, in this case, for the tarot card that we're working with. And you're welcome, if you're someone who journals, to write down your thoughts that arise from this, but you can also they're really just meant to sit and contemplate. For those who do like to journal and are just writing to get those questions down to work with later, don't worry about doing that now. I can post them at the end in the chat. When was the last time you had a good cry? When was the last time you had a good cry? What loss have you not yet fully mourned? What loss have you not yet fully mourned? If it were safe to fully open your heart, what is the worst that could happen? If you were to fully open your heart, what is the worst that could happen? If you were to fully open your heart, what is the best that could happen? If you were to fully open your heart, what is the best that could happen? When you're ready, just let your body settle into any position that feels natural to you. You could be sitting, standing, lying down. You're welcome to change your mind about what position you feel comfortable in at any time during this meditation. Just make sure that you are comfortable so that you can be fully present for yourself the next 20 or so minutes. When you feel like you've settled in, just do a check and see if you can just drop a little bit deeper into your body, into the here and now. Take a moment to notice your breath. When you bring your attention to your breath, notice what part of your body do you first notice it in. When I welcomed you to drop deeper, I felt my own breath, my attention of my own breath drop into my hips. Maybe you feel your breath moving there. Maybe you're more aware of the breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. Or as it lifts and lowers your chest. And the way that it expands your rib cage. There's no right or wrong way to notice your breath. Just be a faithful witness and notice what's there. What's already happening. All on its own. When you feel ready, you can bring your gaze to the image of the Three of Swords in front of you now. Or if you're feeling very content with your eyes closed, you're welcome to just imagine that card. You don't have to remember every detail. You can just picture it in your mind the way you remember it. You can also just lay it in front of you and allow your eyes to drop on that image. Right now, since you've connected with your breath, notice what happens in your body when you gaze at this image of the Three of Swords. Is there a physical shift in your breath? or in your muscles. Perhaps there's only a mental shift. Are there memories this card brings to mind? Is there an emotional shift as you empathize with the emotion that appears to be depicted here? Or is there some other emotion that arises in response to what is seemingly predicted by this tarot card? The Suit of Swords relates to the element of air. The element of air relates to the breath, to the voice, and to the thinking mind. Not the feeling mind, the thinking mind. There can be confusion with the Three of Swords, which depicts a big pierced heart. Which appears to be the epitome of emotion and feeling. But these swords, they indicate the state of thinking, of mind, or at least an emphasis on the mind. The Three of Swords is about suffering, brought on not from having a body, but from having a mind. There could be emotion here, but it's being processed not through the body, but through the mind. This month, we are exploring the threes as the spirit of collaboration within their suits. The Three of Swords depicts a culmination of three thoughts, which form a new, perhaps heartbreaking truth or knowing that arises from this collaboration. Both Eastern and Western philosophies teach that to live is to suffer. And when we are aware of our own suffering, we often feel very alone. But the truth is, we all suffer. Even the people you least expect suffer in some way. So in this, suffering is also represents an opportunity for connection, for knowing that we are in the midst of something universal. We share with all other beings. In this meditation tonight, we're going to try to take whatever suffering might be moving around in your head or even your body. See if we can move it down. Move it from our upper chakras down to the bottom and maybe even give it to the earth. Just take a moment now to identify whatever suffering is most apparent in yourself right now. It might be as simple as the difficulty of sitting still. There might be something really big that's happening in your life that's very difficult. Feel free to just see what's there. The difficult feelings have been moving through you. Has something made you angry? Fearful? You've been feeling very alone? Maybe you suffered a disappointment or a loss. Maybe there's still somebody's words from 2 days or 10 years ago, still piercing at your heart and clouding your vision. Whatever you're finding in yourself, see if you can grab onto just one thing. And your next exhale, see if you can imagine your breath moving down your spine, as if your breath could be released at your tailbone and into the earth. Be transformed into fertilizer, something helpful. If that same thought or memory is still lingering in you, let's try that again on the next exhale. That thought or memory to travel down your spine, releasing into the earth. If that helped, if that thought, that memory has been grounded, maybe you want to grab onto another one, something else that's floating around in you. These things might always arise again, and you can always do the same thing. Just allow your next exhale to sweep that down and out of your body, out of your mind. If there's not a lot coming up, you can just continue that practice of allowing every exhale to travel down your spine and into the earth. You know someone who's suffering right now, you can even imagine that on your next inhale, you are breathing that in. That you can help to move that suffering as well down your spine and into the earth. Even just the act of allowing your breath to move in this way, imagining it moving downward on the exhale, imagining your thoughts, feelings released, become fertilizer. Bring your attention down to your lower chakras. Even help you to feel a little more connected to the earth, a little more supported by that surface beneath you. Just continue to inhale anything you'd like to see, suffering you'd like to see relieved, or negativity or pain you'd like to see removed from the world or just lessened. You can take those thoughts in on your inhale and exhale them down to the earth. Whenever you practice releasing any negativity or hurt, anger, suffering, downward, earthward, rather than releasing it out into the air and the environment around you, to other people around you. Instead, taking it in and releasing it to the earth. You might begin to notice that the air also begins to clear a little bit. You might begin to notice how the environment around you is supporting you. You might begin to notice how every molecule of air and space around you now is sustaining and giving you life. You might even begin to notice that whatever horrible things are happening, that you right now, sitting here, are okay. And you're safe. Nothing is happening right now. Except for your sitting and your breathing. In this simple space, filled with its air, sustaining you almost like magic. As we begin to get ready to transition out of our meditation, just take the next few moments to linger in whatever your favorite part of this is. Maybe something arose for you that you would like to revisit. Just maybe take a last moment to just appreciate where you are. Whatever feeling that's arisen in you, if you'd like to take this into the rest of your day or the rest of your week. You want to take a moment to imagine yourself moving for the rest of your day or the rest of your week, feeling just the way you feel now. When you're ready, just begin to remember your connection to your present moment, to the environment around you. Maybe wanted to deepen your breath a little bit. You might want to start to find a little movement in your fingers, your toes. Your wrists or your ankles. You feel good to have a stretch or yawn. Take as long as you need to transition into the next moment.